It's like people don't want to die and live anymore. They just they just want to die. I'm just going to bring up several coronavirus safety tips you should be following, because it's like, yeah, North America, it's in trouble, and they should have probably learned from Europe and Asia and countries have experienced, except for the few like in Asia that experienced it the most: Taiwan, South Korea, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, China, and yeah. Yeah, and they've already experienced like the most, and they already were in wave two before even North America, even like before, yeah. This would be before USA even was became number one in the most corona country that with most amount of coronavirus cases. So, okay, so I want to say some stuff. I want to read some, give some excuses people are using to try to not doing these, and yeah, why you should. So, wearing a mask, that should have been very standardized from day one, but we didn't. But people didn't. So otherwise, people just quarantined themselves, or they like just work from home, or like school from did school from home, and that was very uncomfortable for many of us. Yeah, I did school from home, and it was very uncomfortable for me. I can definitely assure you that. So, yeah, wearing a mask. So it is a standardized rule. So if you are like going out in public in a very crowded place, or entering and also entering in someone else's business or another building, or crowded small cramped space with other people around you. Public transit. That includes buses, trains, subway trains, and light rail transit. So in the public transit and like these big businesses where like people with security, there's this person in front out right at the door saying, if you don't have a mask, you can't come in. If yeah. In those places, like people they will follow the rules. They will either wear a mask and come in, or they won't wear a mask and they'll leave. But when it comes to small businesses, I have noticed people are like, "Oh, I have asthma. I don't have to wear a mask." However, there was one customer who said she had asthma and she didn't have to wear a mask, but she bought cigarettes, which is not good for you if you like. It worsens for your asthma conditions. So yeah, hope you yeah, if you smoke and you have asthma, you're gonna have trouble breathing, and you're gonna have to breathe through like a spot right here, according to the government of Ontario. There have been people on social media who said they have asthma and they are wearing masks to respect of the other people. So it is also, and people who have to wear a mask is people who are working. or face coverings. Those also work. So if you are a person who says like, oh, I don't have to wear a mask, or oh, I forgot my mask, but you actually do have a mask, yeah, then you're a bad person. Nothing but scum. Second, washing your hands. Which I'm going to split into two. 2A. A is washing your hands. It's pretty standardized, so if you say wash your hands at with soap and water at a sink. So that is the most effective way to get rid of coronavirus. So maybe you've touched somebody. Maybe you touched a surface that other people have touched. Maybe you're opening doors, closing doors, pushing stuff, or other, or maybe sliding doors. You have to push them. So we all have to touch stuff, and yeah. Or yeah, money when handling my cash. That's another one. So as much as you can. So when you leave your home, about to leave your house, wash your hands. When you come from home, go outside and come back, wash your hands. So say you don't have a sink around. 2B. Hand sanitizer. So it's not as effective as soap and water at a sink, but so when there's no you don't have access to those, maybe there's no sink, no soap and water. That is the second most effective way you can do it. So yeah, so that is something you should also do. Yeah, some people keep forgetting about it, and so remember, you should be washing your hands, and if you don't if if there's no place to do it, hand sanitizer to back you up. Number 3. Keeping a safe distance from other people. Social distancing, physical distancing, whatever you call it. Because some places call it social distancing, some places call it physical distancing. So you need to stay 2 meters or farther away from any other person that does not live from the same household as you. Who have But if there is someone who have the coronavirus and they live in the same household as you, yeah, they need to quarantine themselves, and you need to stay away from them. As far as away from them as possible. So people keep forgetting about this rule, and they will meet up with people, and they don't know where their friends or extended family they went. You don't know where they were. So they might have the coronavirus, so they could spread it to you, or you could have the coronavirus and you could spread it to them. So 2 meters or 6 feet apart, no closer. I've seen people breaking this rule a lot. Number 4, gatherings with people. So yeah, that was a big no-no. You shouldn't be doing that much. So the gathering number used to be like maximum 50 indoors and 10 outdoors for like business stuff, and for like anything else it was like the maximum number was 10, but now it is still at 10, and if you're meeting with people outdoors, 25. So the numbers have changed. So now it is like everything. So for like gatherings with people, that's not like business. Yeah, keep it to 10 indoors or 25 if outdoors. Otherwise, don't meet up with people because I know like you guys like touching each other and like and, or going places together, and these people are like going to places where like coronavirus is like high, and yeah, you're making. So if you come from a place, yeah, it's the same thing. Like I've seen people who came from Toronto, and Toronto is the highest number of coronavirus in currently in Ontario, and they come like out of Toronto to go to other places, and they're literally spreading the coronavirus. No, yeah, don't. So don't go gather up with people and go to other places, because you don't know. You could make it worse for the people who are in that like town or city that you are going to. Number 5. Don't have parties. It's standardized. Just like meeting up with people, don't meet up with. So meeting up in small numbers is okay. That is fine, but having parties is no. It's an absolute no. No matter how big or small it is. So parties. So they're usually held in an enclosed space. There's quite a large number of people in there. They're breathing a lot, and one or two people might have coronavirus, but they can like every couple of seconds, like if they're like less than like 2 meters closer than to another person, then they can spread it to another person, and that can spread to another person, and 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 that is why universities and colleges do not want to have parties right now, or like if you're not even in post-secondary, outside party, don't have parties at all, because this is like the same thing that happens all the time. That is why prom was canceled. That is why graduation is like they don't only do it by like with students driving by in cars, and then they went from point A to point B, and then that's where like scholarships and awards are given out and such. Yeah. And then valedictorian speaking is like, yeah, on another time. So if you know anyone who are like who is like actually holding a party, report it. Because also like our large gatherings, Wasaga Beach, that one, the host, yeah. So a host could like of a party could like they could be charged $1,000, and for everyone who shows up, $750 each for every single person who went there. So, so remember, like if you want like gatherings or like maybe parties, 4 and 5. I'm talking about like number 4 and 5 though. Yeah, it can cost you like a large fine and OPP and yeah, and a local police will definitely like charge you. Especially in like a time like for coronavirus, you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. So number 6. I talked about this all the time. Essential travel. Shopping. So that's pretty standardized. That's one thing you can do. So just make sure you wear a mask and touch things that you actually want to buy and keep 2 meters distance away from other shoppers. It's they in some stores, some businesses even have those floor markers. But yeah, as long as you're like keeping a safe distance from other people, they won't mind which direction you go, unless if they do. So business, maybe you own a business or maybe you work at a business. So you got to go there. So yeah, fast food, retail, or maybe like place. Maybe you work at you're a nurse or a hospital or a doctor at a hospital or any other kind of business, business, and you got to go. So you know, just wear a mask, keep a safe distance from other people, and make sure keep everything sanitary. And then all some bad businesses like they only do takeout or like online order because of coronavirus, and the won't allow a mass number of people going in dining or shopping inside. And then there's like they'll keep a maximum number of shoppers inside at a time, though. Like one person comes in, one person comes out. No. And I know there are like only a few places that are like really strict about it, and they will only like one person from each household to go shopping. Yeah, and yeah, that's at the local supermarket. I know like some people work at. Yeah, it's over there. I think. So yeah. Number 7. So it's gonna be like a really hard for you if after you have to travel and such. And I know some when countries have closed their borders. I'm not surprised. So yeah, and a lot of airplane travel is common. So just so every like at least one person passenger per flight had been tested positive for coronavirus. So make sure keep your mask on at all times. I don't know if they're served food right now because it's kind of coronavirus season and it's so do make sure because some people they act like it's nothing and like yeah. Number 8, your own health. So some people are like, so half of the people that like, well, some people think that like, oh, it's like the it's the president's or politician's job to like make sure like all the country's safe. Oh, it's their like the coronavirus the numbers are spreading. Oh, it's their fault. Or when yet, so how this works is like it sort of. I mentioned this. It sort of goes both ways. So it's also like the politicians in the area that someone lives in. Yeah, they need to like make sure make sure rules happen so like everything is safe and like protection acts and like certain like rules that might be different and so I know Doug Ford is doing an excellent job right now trying to like yeah he lowered the number from gatherings from 50 indoor and 100 outdoors to like 10 and 25 and yeah mandatory mask rules and a lot of places business have closed because they weren't following the rules and so it's also like people have to like politicians and like no like also the president or prime minister depending on what country you live in but it's also your job as well because you need to make sure you're wearing a mask you're keeping sanitary you're keeping a safe distance from other people you're not like meeting up with people not expect friends or family if you feel sick you quarantine yourself you don't go to parties and you go on only on essential travel you always make sure you're safe and yeah and you're making sure like yeah the people around me are like also like acting safely and people and president or prime minister and all the politicians are doing the right job that they're doing committing the right rules that like people like coronavirus safety rules and such and I'm glad that's happening but in some places it's not. So please take this seriously. Cause it's like you guys are like just acting like you're just wanna like die, and cause we are far from like going back to normal. It's going Coronavirus is going to stay in during 2021. I assure you. I'm kind of wondering how Japan's going to deal with that with the Olympics. And so please just follow. We don't want to like make the worse for the next generation who like aren't though like so follow coronavirus safety rules. Don't like do gad don't have gatherings or parties or like that such. Go on the essential you know go up for essential like needs like like shopping like or business and such. And when if you are like going outside, make sure you are like keeping us safe. Make sure your body is healthy. If you feel like you're like sick or anything, you can look up coronavirus symptoms on like a trusted medical site. I suggest Mayo Clinic. Doctor, I can't trust Dr. Tam. She lied once. Oh. And make sure like you don't so and make sure that you always take up care of your body, because it's not no one else is taking care of your body. Your body is you control your own body. You do what you need to do. And yeah, and that is why people, please, my message, my like only like thing that I expect of you guys to do is please stay safe, follow coronavirus rules, and I hope you live a happy life. And let's beat coronavirus and make sure it doesn't spread till mid 2021.